I looked at the clock, it was 2:42. I was like, damn, 2:42. I gotta sober up. I listened to every CD I had. I was still high.
Oh my gosh, do those things make you not, like...
That's what I'll do.
Feel high?
I ran around the block 4 times, still high. Took a nap, woke up. I looked at the clock, it was 2:43. I said, God damn.
Everyone, it's Blue. Make sure you like and subscribe and go follow me on my Twitch and my other YouTube channel. Those links are down below. Also my Patreon, where you can get more content on there that's not found on here.
Okay, I see. There's a diverse female where Cartman used to be, and you don't like that.
It's not that we don't like it, don't you think that's weird?
I don't see a problem with it at all. And if you boys don't think Eric can be a black woman, then maybe the problem is you.
Today, I'm reacting to Dave Chappelle talking about Jax.
It's too much there to stress you out. This whole world is drug infested, hate infested, drug infested world. Hate drugs. I heard the worst drug story. You know my friend told me, you know what he's dealing with? His landlord is hooked on crack. That's terrible.
What?
That's pressure. Your landlord's hooked on crack, that means you've gotta have the rent. We come around all the time. I got the rent. It's not even due yet, it's the 10th. Come on, I need it!
Oh my gosh.
Let me just get $20 of it now and then, just give me the rest of the other month. Every couple hours, hey, look, I'm gonna need some more of the rent. This building's falling apart, things came up. Comes home early from a party. Landlord's in the crib going through his shit. What are you doing in my house? Ah! Where's the sink? I came to fix it. It's in the kitchen. I thought it was in the drawer. I'll fix it tomorrow when I come for the rent. You know, I hear about drugs. I hate when, like, people my age and older get hooked on crack. I hate that shit. You're too old to be experimenting with the drugs at a certain point. You should be past that. You ain't doing it by a certain point. You just miss it. Drugs are really for old people anyway. You 75, you've earned the right. If I was 75, I'd do coke, heroin, everything. I wouldn't give a f***.
Oh gosh.
I'd be walking down the street, they'd be like, boy, that old man is tripping. Can't do everything. Maybe weed. If you're gonna do something, do a little weed. Smoke some. Weed's not as bad as everything else. So weed is a background substance.
A background substance?
You know what I mean? You can smoke some herb and still function. And you ain't crisp, but you'll function. Nothing higher than weed, though. I made that mistake one time. I was at a party, some guy gave me some shit. He said, here, man, take this. It's fucking mushrooms. I took it, I forgot all about it, you know. Then a couple days later, I found it in my pocket. I'm thinking, why not? Because I'm thinking it's like weed, some background shit. I planned my whole day out like it was weed. I'll chew this shit up, then I'll go to the barbershop, get my hair cut, and then I'll see a movie.
It's like the worst thing I could think of if someone was, I don't know, tripping. He's probably going to be in the movie theater and, like, looking around, really paranoid. Maybe the movie would look really weird and you would think, am I here? Like, I don't know what that's like, but it's just those are really funny examples. And then going to the barber to get a hair cut, scissors, don't move. Like, it's just, both of those were terrible examples. But I think that the story is really funny. I also really appreciate all these little characters that he does. He doesn't, like, you know, put on a wig and do a little skit, but I do like that he does silly voices or he walks. Like, he really just acts things out for you, and it does show how much more effort he might be putting into just these small thoughts. Like, oh, an old person, 75, on crack, got it. And he, like, pretends to walk with, it's a walker, not a cane. And then he's like, I don't know, it's just the whole character together is really funny. He usually does different ones, and you kind of just always imagine exactly what he's trying to portray, even though he never really changes much about him. He just does a little bit of gestures, maybe changes his voice, but somehow all of these characters always feel so different.
And then I'll see a movie.
I wonder what movie he's gonna like.
I chewed it up. So far, so good. Then I was in a barbershop like an hour later. And it's funny because I was just thinking to myself, I was like, ooh, this stuff sucks. Tastes like athlete's foot. I feel sick, but I'm not really high. Then I looked in the mirror. I saw the barber's reflection, man. It looked like a big penis was cutting my hair. I freaked out. I started talking to myself, Dave, calm down. You're on drugs. This is what drugs do. Okay, you know that there is no way
I feel like he's talking out loud.
that a penis can cut hair. But I started freaking out, man. I just couldn't take it anymore. I jumped out the chair, half my hair was cut, I didn't care. I didn't, I just gave a barber a handful of money. It was weird, the balls opened up. Anyway, I ran home, man. I ran home as fast as I could. Tripping. I looked at the clock, it was 2:42. I was like, damn, 2:42. I gotta sober up. I had never been this high this early. I took a shower. I was still high. I said maybe music will do the trick. I listened to every CD I had. I was still high.
Oh my gosh, do those things make you not like
That's what I'll do.
feel high?
I ran around the block 4 times, still high. Took a nap, woke up, up. I looked at the clock, it was 2:43. I said, God dang.
I was like, wow, he gave such a like specific time that I just feel like something weird is gonna happen with that. Watch it be like 5 minutes later after he tells you all these things that he does, but I still thought that it was really funny, especially since it was actually a minute earlier. Really nice touch. But yeah, I was like, I mean, I guess it's not hard to believe that somebody could tell time while they're tripping, but I imagined him trying to, and I was like, I don't know, that just seems like a specific detail. But that's still really funny. I think by the time he actually gets down the list, you kind of forget about it, and you're not really thinking about it. But then once he goes back to it, you're like, oh yeah, he totally said 2:44.
I looked at the clock, it was 2:43. I said, God dang. Who wrote this song? You know, this is my grandmother used to sing that when she cleaning up. That's a Negro spiritual. Black work song. Not everybody know about that. I know. See, white people, you guys might whistle when you work.
It's like Snow White.
But that's how you can tell what kind of work we're actually doing.
That's how it ends. It really felt like he was going on something else, so it's kind of like a funny ending because it felt almost kind of awkward, but I liked it. I thought that this one was funny because you were imagining him actually being in that situation and how he eased into the conversation of being on drugs and his experience with taking mushrooms, how he goes from one story to the next. I mean, you can see it. The topic is drugs, so you can kind of just ease into it, but I do still feel like it's a very obvious switch whenever a lot of comedians do kind of say, anyways, so... and then they go on, whereas his, it's like, wait, I don't even remember how we got here, because he's really smooth with it, so I liked it. Plus his characters and his, like, little, like, dances or skips across stage to set examples or play characters is also very entertaining. It's probably even more enjoyable whenever you see him in person, because he really does seem to take up the whole stage, and I feel like the audience would really appreciate that. Not to say there's anything bad with the guy just standing there at his whatever, but I like Dave Chappelle, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. Go check out all my links, and I'll see you all next time.
I may be blue.